Okay, so we're back at Cube Studio today, James, and you're going to lay down the third track of your Killer for Life album.
Yeah, Mardek.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few references to the elders of Zion and Jerusalem in it. That's why I've got this Star of David. It's also known as the Seal of Solomon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not a great expert in it. I think maybe you could help me fill in some of the blanks with it. But I wore this when I did my first bases interview in Truro at a conference at Truro College. It was before the British UFO Association. That was when I first met Miles. That's when I did the first interview with him, and I wore this. And then a couple of years later I went to the United States and I wore it going into the United States.
So what brought you into Project Mannequin, and what kind of training did you go through?
Basically, it was because I come from a Jewish family. It's actually a blue blood family, aristocratic family.
What does that mean in this?
The descendants of the French royal family in the French Revolution. But I've got a friend who's a high-level Freemason involved in US intelligence, and he's helped me to trace this bloodline. Actually, descendants of the tribe of Dan, which is people call the Lost Tribe of Israel, one of the 12 tribes.
And where did they originate?
Basically,
what's the big deal about that particular tribe?
Well, I'll talk about the second part of the history. Basically, they came out of in the second part of history, come out of the Middle East at the time of the Exodus, and then they travelled up to Greece, where they were known as the Spartans. And everywhere they've gone, they were always master warriors and scientists. And
have you been able to trace them further before the Exodus, further back?
Yeah, further back. Originally, they come from Atlantis.
Right.
They're actually a genetically engineered race.
How do you know that? What kind of, is there documentation or?
There's a lot of, I'm involved with connections in the US intelligence community, and a lot of these guys are Freemasons, some Rosicrucians. They hold secret records of these bloodlines.
What's the significance of that? What makes it so important to what you're talking about now?
Basically a hybrid race, genetically engineered race.
By who?
By probably the reptilians from Draconis star system.
Right.
And again, this track, there's references to the elders of Zion and Jerusalem. And when I went into the army, I went in as quite a low rank, just a private, but I was given a supervisor. I was given quite a high security clearance, Umbra security clearance, and there's a bit of contention and confusion what with the UAP Congress hearings of what the highest security clearances are, but this was fairly high. It was Umbra, and the
What does
reason
Umbra mean, James?
Umbra, U-M-B-R-A. I'm not 100% sure what it means. It's a United States military Department of Defense security clearance. And the reason why I mention it, he was a member of a Masonic order called the 33rd Degree of Zion. And it was... Their focus is on kind of Israel and rebuilding the Second Temple. I know you mentioned that.
Yeah. Mount Zion.
Because you mentioned something in the car, could you maybe explain that?
Well, Zionism is like the political branch of Judaism, and I think it's connected to building the Second Temple for Solomon, and of course it's a political organisation really rather than a religious one.
Well, that's what they were very focused on, building the Second Temple. And but it was American. He actually worked for the Department of Energy. It was based at Oak Ridge, and he was also contracted with the CIA and the NSA. And he was my supervisor, but he didn't give me orders. He was more of an advisor.
What did you have to do to get the security clearance?
Well, I had my own military email, and I was interviewed. Some guy from Denver came down to Grand Rapids in Michigan, wanted to meet me at the police station, but my recruiter said no, he has to come to the recruiting office. So he did my security clearances there. And then from there I was given the supervisor at Oak Ridge and given the Umbra security clearance. And I was being briefed on UAP stuff, and I realised about 2006 the only way I can understand geopolitics is to look at it through an exopolitical lens. And I know Ross Coldhart, the Australian journalist, has just interviewed an Australian intelligence officer, and he said that I think it was the 50s or the 40s or the 50s when they were doing the atomic tests, and they were obviously doing it in New Mexico and Bikini Atoll and places like that. They brought down a UAP through the atomic tests, and this UAP had it was empty, but they brought it down. It had some kind of golden book, like a golden library book inside it, this UAP. And it talked about, for certain things to happen, certain things need to happen in Israel.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, Zionism is when the Jews were expelled from Jerusalem in the ancient world, when they returned in the modern world, that's Zionism, them returning.
Yeah.
And that's what this golden library book in the UAP that this nuclear explosion brought down, it was saying that for certain things to happen, they need to rebuild the temple.
Yeah.
And for a messianic 1,000-year of peace to happen, or messianic return. And because at the time I was also in contact with Lisa Williams. She was a local councillor in Penzance, and I used to meet her in Penzance before she died. And she told me at the time it didn't really make much sense to me because I was really young. I was still learning all this stuff, all these technical kind of geopolitical ideas. She said that Zion is in Cornwall. Marazion is Zion.
Exactly.
And isn't there an energy? There's a line that runs from Zion to France to Jerusalem.
Yeah, that's right.
What's that line?
Well, the St Michael line is the main line, the ley line, and then there's other, like what they call serpent lines, that crisscross it. So yeah, there are people that think Marazion could be the site of the Second Coming, and of course Mont Saint Michel also has significance, and the Mont Saint Michel in France is connected the ley line to St Michael's Mount here in Penzance. So there are people that believe that Zion does have some significance.
Well, that's what Lisa said, that Zion is the New Jerusalem, is in Cornwall. And there was links, wasn't there, to all the books by Sir Lawrence Gardner saying that Jesus came with his uncle Joseph of Arimathea to Cornwall.
That's right.
And that line goes from Cornwall to France to Jerusalem. So there's definitely there's a Zion link from Israel, France to Cornwall.
And there's also people that believe that Jerusalem is actually in England, and that's why they wanted to change the national anthem to the song Jerusalem, and was Jerusalem builded here among those dark satanic mills. So it does link in a bit with Luciferic belief systems in a curious way.
And so there's the links between Israel and Cornwall and the Zion. That's what this song's about. The song's about Zion. There's references to Israel, and it's Mardek, which is again connects to Zion and ancient Babylon and Cornwall. So we'll get it laid down and see what happens with it.
Well, also, research I did when I did the film, the Zena Spirit of Place film, and the book, was that Hamish Miller and Barmiller actually tracked the Michael line all the way down from St Michael's Mount down to the Holy Land, and it went through a lot of ancient sites. A lot of them were dedicated to St John and things like that. So there's a lot of connections between, that links this whole Jerusalem concept. But Mardek's more to do with Babylon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to do with Babylon, but again it's to do with these UAP crashes and this messianic 1,000 years of peace, and But yeah, and it's obviously Babylon, again, Middle East and ancient world stuff.
Yeah. When you got your security clearance, do you
Yeah.
think you were marked out, or did a lot of people, a lot of soldiers get it?
Nobody added that Umbra security clearance. Nobody, and I was with hundreds of different soldiers. And they were everyone went in at private. Some people, I think, went in at corporal, but they went in with degrees, BAs.
People with rhesus negative, they have massive amounts of copper in their blood. They process oxygen. They process a lot more oxygen in the blood than the rhesus positive, and rhesus negative is very rare. It's about 4 or 5% of the population. Yeah. And then the amount of oxygen you can process in the blood, that determines psychic ability. It's like in yoga and Tai Chi, processing the oxygen in the blood that develops psychic abilities. So basically these bloodlines are naturally psychic, again, right, because they're trying to dampen down everyone's psychic abilities and bring the New World Order in. So people aren't aware of it. It's, they're basically, the group of children that I was programmed with were all descendants of the tribe of Dan. Again, just to explain a little bit about them, they come out of the Middle East at the time of the Exodus. They went up to Greece with the Spartans, I mentioned that, and they went up to France and other places in Europe. They were the Merovingian kings there, and other royal bloodlines. From there, they travelled up to Great Britain and Ireland in America. In Ireland, they were known as the Tuatha De Danann kings there. In America, their symbol's an eagle, and that's the symbol that the American coat of arms, the national security agency, is the eagle, it's the tribe of Dan. Basically, this group, this genetic group, we were all descendants of the tribe of Dan.
Did it give you freedom to go places that you wouldn't normally be able to go?
Yeah, it said, he said that on the documentation, I gave the documentation that was released on bases, the Umbra security clearance. It said 33rd degree of Zion, and I said, what's that? And he says, it comes with the clearance. Everybody who has this clearance is part of 33rd degree of Zion. He was like, don't worry about it. Everyone who has the clearance, it automatically comes with it, this Masonic degree. So, but I didn't kind of formally get raised up in lodges or anything like that. I know another person who went straight in at the 33rd degree, but 33rd degrees, from my understanding, is limited to like high-ranking politicians, like presidents and entertainers and things like that. So, but the other person I know who didn't know anything about Masonry, who didn't come up in the lodges, he was given an honorary 33rd degree, Scottish Rite it was. He I won't say his name, but he was very rich. Yeah. Very well connected politically and economically.
You didn't have to go through any initiation
ceremony? No, I didn't. I was just given the clearance, and it said 33rd degree of Zion, and so he says, it's just a formality. It's just you've received that as part of the security clearance, so you don't have to attend lodge or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Well, we're going to go in the studio in a minute and lay down the Mardek track.
Okay.
Or the Mardek.
Mardek. We'll call it that's another thing. We're changing it to Mardek because for the English language, Marduk sounds silly. It sounds like a duck.
My duck.
Well, it sounds like, and also some Americans pronounce it Marduk, which sounds a little bit silly again, like a duke.
It doesn't sound like a Babylonian.
It kind of flows Mardek, so this is going to be Mardek.
Mardek. Great.
You ready, Bob?
Yep.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Then mourns a lonely exile until the Son of God
intro. Can't believe slow-mo. Singing fairy tales and the hillbillies. Damn wolf dance with me. Are you okay? How can I forget? Memphis to St. Ives on a stormy day. Okay, I'll just do a couple more ad-libs towards the end of the verse.
As another take or on top of?
On top of.
Cool. Cool, here we go.
Warlord with the hand, come on the intro. Can't believe slow-mo. Singing fairy tales and the hillbillies. Damn wolf dance with me. Are you okay? How can I forget? Memphis to St. Ives on a stormy day.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll just step out now and we just double that up.
Cool.
Up from the depths, rise from the sea. Mardek, Mardek, and to the Acadian, buried in the well. Oppression is the punishment from hell. Teotihuacan. Now Mardek is a man. Never fear, smell your fear. My friends, my enemies. It's all on the menu. To me, lay down a vat of blood when I rest. Lay down a vat of blood when I rest. I'm made up of other people's flesh. I'm made up of other people's flesh.
Cool. We'll double those last two.
Yeah. Lay down a vat of blood when I rest. Lay down a vat of blood when I rest. I'm made up of other people's flesh. I'm made up of other people's flesh.
At the end? Cool.
Right, all done. Nice happy Christmas carol thing.
Yeah, there's a great line in that song where you're made of other people's flesh.
Yeah, lay down a vat of blood when I rest. I'm made of other people's flesh. I got the idea from the movie Jeepers Creepers, the monster movie. He eats people's organs to rebuild himself.
Right.
It's like a reptile. It's like a winged Draco.
Yeah.
And he's really ancient. So if he needs a new heart, he like hunts people and they eat their heart. So he's made of other people's flesh.
Yeah. A bit like the Dracula myth, isn't it?
Yeah, but he just drinks blood.
Yeah.
He's completely different. He actually physically, literally punches a hole in somebody's chest, rips their heart out and eats it, and swallows it. He has to eat the whole organ.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
Then on to lonely apes I until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel.
Warlord with the hand, come on the intro. Can't believe slow-mo. Singing fairy tales and the hillbillies. Damn wolf dance with me. Are you okay? How can I forget? Memphis to St. Ives on a stormy.
Oh, rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Up from the depths, rise from the sea. Mardek, Mardek, and to the Acadian, buried in the well. Oppression is the punishment from hell. Teotihuacan, now Mardek is a man. Mardek walked the land, the forest and the sea. See terror split asunder, eat the father, while you dance with me. call it say Anunnaki, but I say Anunnaki. Saturn, sun, bring the sea. Saturn, sun, bring the sea. Anu, what were me? But the Mardek Trinity. It's KOM, Ultra TT, sealed.
Oh, bright morning star, and bring us comfort from afar. Dispel shadows of darkness and turn our darkness into light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, oh Israel.
Give you victory over the grave. Mardek is here. Give you victory over the grave. Mardek is here. Never, 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 never fear. Smell your fear. My friends, my enemies. My friends, my enemies. It's all on the menu. To me, lay down a vat of blood when I rest. Lay down a vat of blood when I rest. I'm made up of other people's flesh. I'm made up of other people's flesh. I like.
Wicked. It's a cool ending, that.